Have you ever wondered why, even with so much around you, you still feel like something is missing? As if life is slipping through your fingers, and no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to bring the meaning you seek. I know this feeling well, because I've been there. A place where motivation evaporates, enthusiasm is lost, and everything around you seems dull. However, something happened, something profound and transformative. And this change didn't come from big events, but from simple, practical, and above all, real teachings. Hello everyone, I'm Henrique Magalhães, and what I'm going to share today is much more than a distant philosophical theory. It's a path that brought back enthusiasm for life, and believe me, it can do the same for you. Imagine being able to look at your daily life and see in it a source of renewed energy, something that rekindles a flame inside you that you didn't even know was still there. And the most incredible thing, this is not something unattainable. It's within your reach, and it all starts here and now. Before we begin, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, like it, and share this video with your friends and family. Your participation is essential so that we can grow together on this journey of reflection and learning. With each new subscriber, our community becomes stronger and richer in experiences and knowledge. Let's spread these inspiring ideas and help more people discover the power of Stoic wisdom. Now, let's get to the content. Today, we will talk about how Stoic principles can transform your worldview and restore that glow that seemed to have faded for a long time. Many of us have faced this darkness, this feeling of helplessness in the face of life, but I assure you, there is a way out, and Stoicism, with its ancient wisdom, points the way. So I have a simple invitation for you. Join me for a few minutes. I promise that by the end of this meeting, you will feel different, lighter, more present. I want to share a powerful secret about the small pleasures in life, something that has completely changed my perception. I will show you how I began to value these simple moments and how this can, without a doubt, transform your daily life. Believe me, once you start applying these lessons, there will be no going back. It all starts in these small intervals of tranquility, those almost imperceptible moments in which you can simply be. For me, these moments of peace usually arise in the early hours of the day, when the world around me is still silent. Sitting on the porch with a cup of hot coffee in my hands, I watch life slowly awakening, and in this state of serenity, I feel as if the worries of the day dissipate, leaving space only for the present moment. These moments are the ones that really matter. After all, life is not only made up of great achievements, but of precious moments of presence. In these moments of serenity, something magical happens. When the world outside is still asleep and everything seems suspended in time, your mind becomes still, and suddenly you realize something that has been right before your eyes all along. The power of small moments. Every sip of coffee, the freshness of the morning air, the gentle sound of the wind caressing the leaves, all of this, previously invisible in the rush of everyday life, now shines with a new light. And that's when the transformation begins. You realize that life doesn't need big events or monumental achievements to have meaning. In fact, true meaning lies in those little things that, because they are so simple, we often take for granted. But once you start to appreciate them, a deep peace invades you, as if you have found a hidden treasure within yourself. You know, there was a time when I too was constantly searching for something great. I thought that happiness would come from great achievements, from spectacular moments, from achievements that would make me feel fulfilled. But the truth is that, on the way to these goals, I was missing what mattered most, the present. It was only when I started practicing Stoicism that I realized how much I had let go unnoticed. And when I stopped to really look at it, everything changed. Now let me ask you, how many times have you rushed from one commitment to the next, always with your head on the next step, without really enjoying where you were? And how many times at the end of a day have you felt that, despite having done so much, something was still missing? The answer to this emptiness lies in the way you see life. And this is exactly what Stoicism teaches. True wealth is not in what you have not yet achieved, but in what you already have in the now. If you, like me, have ever felt lost in this incessant search for something more, I want to tell you that there is a way to break this cycle. And it all starts when you decide to stop, breathe, and realize that every little detail in your life is an opportunity to find peace and meaning. Don't underestimate the power of moments like the one when you wake up earlier than necessary, just to hear the silence. Those are the moments when you truly live. So today I invite you to experience this change. When you finish watching this video, give yourself the gift of a moment of tranquility. Sit down in a place where you can be at peace, take a deep breath, and just be there, present. Feel the weight of your worries melt away, and realize that in this state of stillness, you are more alive than ever. This is the essence of Stoicism. It is not about running away from life or its challenges, but about learning to be at peace, even in the midst of chaos. And believe me, when you adopt this perspective, even the most difficult days become bearable. Because deep down you know that nothing can steal from you these precious moments of inner peace. You realize that even when everything around you seems to be falling apart, there is a part of you that remains unshakable, calm, and present. And that part, everything seems suspended in time. Your mind becomes still, and suddenly you realize something that has been right before your eyes all along. The power of small moments. Every sip of coffee, the freshness of the morning air, the gentle sound of the wind caressing the leaves. All of this, previously invisible in the rush of everyday life, now shines with a new light. And that's when the transformation begins. You realize that life doesn't need big events or monumental achievements to have meaning. In fact, true meaning lies in those little things that, because they are so simple, we often take for granted. But once you start to appreciate them, a deep peace invades you, as if you have found a hidden treasure within yourself. You know, there was a time when I too was constantly searching for something great. I thought that happiness would come from great achievements, from spectacular moments, from achievements that would make me feel fulfilled. But the truth is that, on the way to these goals, I was missing what mattered most, the present. It was only when I started practicing Stoicism that I realized how much I had let go unnoticed. And when I stopped to really look at it, everything changed. Now let me ask you, how many times have you rushed from one commitment to the next, always with your head on the next step, without really enjoying where you were? And how many times at the end of a day have you felt that, despite having done so much, something was still missing? The answer to this emptiness lies in the way you see life. And this is exactly what Stoicism teaches. True wealth is not in what you have not yet achieved, but in what you already have in the now. If you, like me, have ever felt lost in this incessant search for something more, I want to tell you that there is a way to break this cycle. And it all starts when you decide to stop, breathe, and realize that every little detail in your life is an opportunity to find peace and meaning. Don't underestimate the power of moments like the one when you wake up earlier than necessary, just to hear the silence. Those are the moments when you truly live. So today I invite you to experience this change. When you finish watching this video, give yourself the gift of a moment of tranquility. Sit down in a place where you can be at peace, take a deep breath, and just be there, present. Feel the weight of your worries melt away, and realize that in this state of stillness, you are more alive than ever. This is the essence of Stoicism. It is not about running away from life or its challenges, but about learning to be at peace, even in the midst of chaos. And believe me, when you adopt this perspective, even the most difficult days become bearable. Because deep down you know that nothing can steal from you these precious moments of inner peace. You realize that even when everything around you seems to be falling apart, there is a part of you that remains unshakable, calm, and present. And that part, what happens, you can find serenity within yourself. I know it may seem hard to believe right now, but I assure you that change is possible. And I'm here as living proof that even in the darkest moments, there's always a light we can turn on. And that light, that awakening, is within you. All you have to do is start. So I ask you, what are you going to do from now on? Are you going to keep chasing something that always seems out of your reach? Or are you going to stop, breathe, and realize that what you are looking for is already here, all around you, in the small moments of life? The decision is in your hands, and I guarantee that if you choose to value the present, you will never want to go back. Remember, You have the power to change your life. Start small, but start now. Allow the Stoic teachings to guide you on this journey of transformation. And when you look back, you will see that it was the best choice you ever made. As Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some are not. And what is within your control now is the decision to live fully, to savor each moment, and to find the peace you deserve. And this peace, this sense of control over yourself and the way you see the world, is something that no one can take away from you. Once you understand this principle, that the power to live a full and meaningful life is in your hands, everything changes. You begin to realize that, no matter how much the world around you is in constant motion, with challenges, disappointments, and pressures, there is an untouchable space of calm, strength, and balance within you. When you begin to value these small moments of peace each day, you realize that you are building something much greater, a fuller, more conscious life. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, the soul is colored with the color of its thoughts. If you cultivate thoughts of gratitude, appreciation, and serenity, your spirit is molded in the image of that tranquility. And this is one of the greatest lessons of Stoicism. Our life is a direct manifestation of what we nourish within ourselves. Now I want you to think for a moment about everything you have been through so far. The challenges you have faced, the internal struggles, the times when you felt lost or without direction. It may seem like these moments were in vain, but I assure you that each one of them had a purpose. They shaped you, they brought you here. And just as I found strength in the darkness, so can you. Stoicism is more than a philosophy. It is a powerful tool for facing life with courage, clarity, and above all, peace. And I want you to know that you are not alone on this journey. As Epictetus said, no great undertaking is accomplished in a single leap. Transformation is a gradual process, but each step you take toward a more conscious and present life is a step toward inner freedom. This freedom, this peace of mind, is not dependent on external circumstances. It is yours by right. And once you decide to live it, nothing can stop you. If you are here reading these words, it is because you have already taken the first step. You have already begun to seek something deeper, more meaningful. And this search in itself is proof of your strength. Now, all you need to do is keep going. Allow yourself to experience each moment with attention, with gratitude. And little by little, you will see how life transforms before your eyes. As Seneca said, life is like a play. It does not matter how long it lasts, but how well it is performed. We do not need long years or great achievements to find fulfillment. What really matters is the quality of each moment lived, the value we give to what is right in front of us. Happiness is not in a distant future or in an unattainable achievement. It is here, now, waiting to be perceived. And if there is one thing I would like you to take away from this moment, it is this. You have the ability to change your life. It all starts with the decision to be present, to value the small pleasures, and to cultivate inner peace. Believe me, once you incorporate these principles, even the most challenging days become opportunities for growth. And there is no greater strength than that which comes from within, a strength that no one can take away from you. Now that you understand the power that lies in accepting the present and appreciating the small moments, it is time to take another step on this journey of self-transformation. The true strength that Stoicism teaches us is not just in being unfazed by problems, but in accepting life as it is, with its beauties and difficulties, joys and sorrows, ups and downs. It is this acceptance, this surrender to the present moment, that frees us from the need for absolute control and allows us to live more lightly. As Marcus Aurelius said, this is the perfection of character, to live each day as if it were our last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. What does this mean? That when we stop fighting the natural flow of life, when we let go of the desire for everything to be our way, we discover an unshakable serenity. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals or ambitions, but rather understanding that ultimately what we have control over is how we respond to what happens. This is one of the most liberating truths Stoicism offers us, the recognition that there are things we can control and things we cannot. As human beings, we tend to fret over things that are beyond our reach. We want to control the future, shape events, and ensure that everything goes according to plan. But as Epictetus wisely stated, do not seek that events happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and your life will be serene. When you stop fighting the inevitable, something powerful happens. You begin to realize that life, with all its unpredictability, is a journey to be experienced, not controlled. And the sooner you accept this reality, the sooner you can live with freedom, peace, and confidence. When you let go of the desire to control what is beyond your reach, you find space to flourish within yourself. Imagine for a moment, if every day you could wake up and simply be at peace with whatever comes your way. Instead of worrying about what may or may not happen, you begin to trust in your own ability to face whatever comes your way. Because you understand that what really matters is how you respond to situations, not the situations themselves. This is the essence of true confidence, a confidence that is not dependent on external circumstances, but grows from an unshakable inner strength. Seneca reminds us that life is long enough and generously enough given to us that we can accomplish the greatest things if the whole of it is well invested. This means that the time we have, however limited it may seem, is enough to build a life of value if we learn to use it wisely. When you focus on the present, on what you can do now, you will find that anxiety about the future diminishes, and suddenly each day seems richer, more full of possibilities. The key is to redirect your energy. Instead of wasting your time worrying, start investing in what's in front of you, in the small actions that, over time, build a life of meaning. And this doesn't mean you should resign yourself to a life of passivity. Quite the opposite. Stoicism teaches us to be active in what we can change, our thoughts, our actions, our choices, and to accept with serenity what is beyond our control. Now, I want to challenge you to put this into practice. The next time a problem arises, instead of worrying about what could have been or what you want to happen, ask yourself, what can I do now? How can I respond in a virtuous and calm way? Marcus Aurelius also reminds us, if it is bearable, then bear it. Stop complaining. This is a simple but powerful message. You have within you the capacity to endure much more than you realize. And not just endure, but thrive in the midst of hardship. Life will continue to challenge you, but by cultivating this new mindset, by appreciating each moment and accepting whatever comes with courage and wisdom, you will discover an inner peace that no one can take away from you. And this peace is not an absence of problems, but a confidence that no matter what happens, you are prepared to deal with it. The path of Stoicism is an ongoing journey, a daily practice. And each time you remember to apply these principles, to be present, to accept what you cannot change, and to focus on what you can control, you will be one step closer to the full, meaningful life you have always wanted. After all, as Seneca tells us, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Prepare yourself internally, and life will open up before you, revealing its deepest possibilities. Now ask yourself, how can you begin to live this today? The power is, has always been, and always will be in your hands. And it is in this quiet power that the key to transformation lies. When you realize that you are not at the mercy of events, that you can shape your response to them, you begin to live with true freedom, a freedom that many spend their entire lives seeking. It is not about being invincible or never feeling pain, because all of us, without exception, face times of difficulty. But Marcus Aurelius once said to us, with profound wisdom, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in its way becomes the way." In other words, what seems like an insurmountable obstacle today could actually be the springboard to your greatest victory. Now, imagine if, with each challenge that life throws at you, you could see not the problem, but the opportunity. Imagine if, instead of letting yourself be beaten down by difficulties, you could learn to grow stronger from them, growing more resilient, wiser, and more confident with each step. This is what the Stoic philosophers teach us, that suffering, pain, and adversity are part of life, but it is up to us to choose how to react to them. And in this choice, in this simple act of deciding how you will face the next difficult situation, you find immense power. Epictetus reminds us that no great thing is created suddenly, like a small grape or a fig. If you tell me that you want a fig tree, I will tell you that it takes time. Let it first grow, then blossom, then bear fruit. The same goes for your own evolution. Profound changes, the ones that really matter, don't happen overnight. But with patience and dedication, you can transform yourself from the inside out. And the beauty of this is that once this transformation begins, it becomes a virtuous cycle. Each small internal victory strengthens your confidence. Each new challenge faced with courage reinforces your resilience. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you gone through something that seemed unbearable, only to later realize that that was the exact moment when you grew the most? How many times have you looked back and seen that, despite the difficulties, you emerged stronger, more aware? This happens because when you choose to see challenges as opportunities, you transform your life. And it is this transformation that Stoicism offers. Not a promise of a life without problems, but a life in which you become greater than any problem. Seneca teaches us that sometimes even living is an act of courage. There are times when simply moving forward is a heroic act, and that's okay. Not every day has to be a day of great achievement. Sometimes, simply getting up, taking a deep breath, and continuing is a victory in itself. The important thing is not to give up on yourself, not to lose sight of the value of each small action, because it is these small actions repeated day after day that ultimately shape your destiny. And that is why I want you to feel right now a deep confidence in yourself. No matter what you have faced so far, no matter how many times life has seemed to be more difficult than you could bear, you are here, in this very moment, and that means you have proven your strength countless times. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by something external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your evaluation of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. In other words, true strength lies in four. You have come a long way to get here. Every challenge, every moment of doubt, every time you got up after falling, has been preparing you for what is to come. Now the choice is before you. Continue to allow external events to dictate your peace of mind, or decide that peace is within you, ready to be cultivated with each new dawn. And I say to you, choose peace. Choose to trust yourself. Choose to live with the certainty that no matter what the future brings, you will be prepared. Because deep down, all we really have is this moment and the way we decide to live it. And, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us with his immortal words, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. From now on, take the reins of your mind, your heart, and never again allow circumstances to define you. Instead, define for yourself the path you want to follow with confidence, wisdom, and above all, with the certainty that you can face anything that life throws your way. Throughout our journey, we explore the profound Stoic teachings about how true personal transformation begins within ourselves. We address the importance of recognizing that we have the power to shape our response to life's challenges, rather than being mere victims of our circumstances. We understand that every difficulty can be seen as an opportunity for growth, and that true strength lies in our ability to live with acceptance and serenity, even in the face of what we cannot control. Focusing on the small moments of peace and gratitude is essential to developing a meaningful life. The idea that life is a play reminds us that no matter how long it takes, the value lies in how we act it out. When we accept what we cannot change and act on what we can control, we create a virtuous cycle of resilience and self-confidence. Now, it is essential to distinguish between two ways of living life: wisdom and passive acceptance. The wise person recognizes their limitations, but does not give in to inertia. She uses her experiences, learnings, and Stoic philosophy to act with purpose and intention, constantly seeking personal growth and virtue. This wisdom is not just about accepting circumstances. It is about understanding that we have the ability to influence our perception and reaction to situations, choosing how we want to live each day. On the other hand, the person who accepts everything without question lives regardless, often as a spectator in their own life. They may conform to situations, believing that there is nothing they can do to change their fate. This passive acceptance can lead to a life without purpose, marked by resignation and a lack of reflection on one's own actions and choices. This person may even experience moments of happiness, but without the depth and fulfillment that come from the true search for meaning. The difference, therefore, lies in awareness and action. While wisdom leads us to a life rich in purpose, passive acceptance leaves us at the mercy of circumstances, unable to exercise our true inner strength. And that is the choice each of us must make: to embrace wisdom and reflection, cultivating a life truly worth living, or to simply drift through the days without intention, letting life take us wherever it takes us. In short, you have the power to choose. You can be the person who lives wisely, who faces challenges with courage, and who constantly seeks growth. Or you can choose a life of passive acceptance, where opportunities to become a better version of yourself are overlooked. The choice is in your hands. And by choosing wisely, you will not only be transforming your own life, but also inspiring those around you to do the same. When considering the choice between living wisely or in passive acceptance, it is essential to understand that life is transformed by small daily actions. Here are some practical tips that you can start applying immediately to cultivate a life full of wisdom, calm, and resilience. Now I will give you the recipe for how you can start applying these Stoic teachings. By doing this, your life will change completely. Just follow these steps that I will share. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen and write everything down, and the next day apply it and see the transformation in you. First, 1. Start the day with intention. As soon as you wake up, take a few minutes to set an intention for the day. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Or what values do I want to honor in my actions? This simple practice helps shape your mindset and direct your actions throughout the day. 2. Practice gratitude. Before you get out of bed, think of 3 things that you are grateful for. This exercise not only lifts your mood, but also redefines your perspective on life. Gratitude helps us recognize the little things we often overlook, providing a solid foundation for a positive day. Number 3. Inspirational reading. Take some time to read a passage from a book that you find inspiring. This could be a Stoic text, such as the works of Seneca, Epictetus, or Marcus Aurelius, or any other material that motivates you. Reading in the morning activates your mind and provides insights that you can apply throughout the day. 4. Meditation and reflection practice. Meditation for 5 to 10 minutes. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Allow your thoughts to come and go without judgment. Meditation helps cultivate calm and mental clarity, allowing you to face the challenges of the day with a more centered mind. 5. Set priorities. Make a list of the main tasks you want to accomplish for the day. Prioritize those that most align with your intentions and values. By being clear about what's most important, you can avoid feeling distracted and overwhelmed. 6. Practice mindful breathing. Take moments throughout the day to breathe deeply. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. This simple practice helps reduce stress and increase your emotional resilience. 7. Seek continuous learning. Make it a habit to learn something new every day. This could be through books, podcasts, online courses, or even meaningful conversations with others. Continuous learning not only enriches your mind, but also empowers you to better deal with life's uncertainties. 8. Nightly reflection. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect on your experiences. Ask yourself, what did I learn today, and how could I have responded more wisely? This practice of self-reflection is essential for personal growth and understanding yourself. 9. Cultivate connections. Take time to connect with people who inspire and support you. Meaningful conversations and healthy relationships are essential to your emotional resilience. Sharing experiences and learnings can further strengthen your resolve and perspective. 10. Accept what you cannot change. As you go about your day, remind yourself that there are things that are beyond your control. When faced with challenges, use Stoic philosophy to accept these situations. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is not, let go of the worry and focus on what you can change. Life is a journey, and each day is a new opportunity to grow and learn. By integrating these habits into your routine, you will empower yourself to live with greater wisdom, calm, and resilience. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about constantly evolving. By making small, daily changes, you will create a lasting impact on your life and become an inspiring example for those around you. So start today. Rise with purpose and open yourself to the possibilities that each new day brings. Wisdom is within your reach, and transformation begins now with you. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to take away a powerful and inspiring message. True transformation begins within. Each of us has the ability to shape our lives through our choices, thoughts, and actions. No matter how challenging the journey may seem, remember that you are stronger than you realize. As Seneca said, life is like a play. It matters not how long it lasts, but how it is performed. So make your performance memorable. Life is full of opportunities to learn, grow, and connect with the world around us. By cultivating wisdom, calm, and resilience, you not only transform your own life, but also become a light for those around you. Every small step you take toward a more conscious life is a step toward freedom and true happiness. So why not start today? I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for making it to the end of this video. Your time and attention are precious, and I am immensely grateful for each and every one of you who are part of this community. You are the reason I continue to share these ideas and reflections. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed, I invite you to join us on this journey of growth and learning. Click the subscribe button and come be part of a community that values reflection, personal development, and the pursuit of wisdom. Now, before we say goodbye, I would like to leave you with a question. What is the first step you will take starting today to live a wiser and more meaningful life? Leave your answers in the comments. I look forward to reading your stories and learning from each of you. Thank you again for being here. Remember, change starts now. Keep seeking wisdom and living with purpose. Until the next video.